Hello there, you savvy people, and welcome to Modern World Dynamics. We're all about unmasking the realities of our modern world, one dynamic at a time, with a dash of wit and a sprinkle of wisdom. Today, we're setting sail on the turbulent seas of long-distance relationships. We'll be navigating through tips, tricks, and tales, all aimed at helping you keep the spark alive despite the miles. So buckle up as we delve into the world of long-distance relationships and how to make them work. Long-distance relationships, or LDRs as we'll refer to them here, aren't a walk in the park. Picture this, you're head over heels for someone, but they live 1,000 miles away. The butterflies are there, the chemistry is off the charts, but the distance can be quite the party pooper. Now let's dive into the realities of LDRs, shall we? First off, there's the loneliness. Imagine having a terrible day, and all you want is a comforting hug from your partner, but they're hours away. Then there's the constant juggling of schedules. Time zones can be quite the menace, making it feel like you're dating your phone more than your partner. And let's not forget the green-eyed monster, jealousy. It can creep up on you when you see them hanging out with new friends or adapting to a lifestyle that you're not a part of. It's like being invited to a party but not being able to dance. Speaking of dancing, reminds me of a story. Once upon a time, there was a couple. Let's call them Romeo and Juliet. Now, our Romeo was a pretty bad dancer, but Juliet loved to dance. They were in an LDR, and Romeo decided to surprise Juliet by learning to dance. So he'd practice in secret, often bumping into furniture, stepping on the cat's tail, the works. One day, he video called Juliet and performed his newly acquired skills. Let's just say it was less Dancing with the Stars and more Bambi on ice. But Juliet laughed so hard, she cried, and it became one of their most cherished memories. The point here is, LDRs are tough, no doubt. They're filled with challenges and can often feel like you're running a marathon with a blindfold on. But they also come with unique opportunities to create special moments that can make the relationship even stronger. But fear not, LDRs can indeed work, and here's how. The first rule of any relationship, especially a long-distance relationship, is communication. Now let's break it down a bit. You see, communication is like a bridge that connects two people, two hearts, two minds. It's the lifeline in a sea of distance, the thread that weaves together two separate lives into a shared tapestry. So, how does one keep this bridge sturdy and the thread strong? Well, it's all about consistency and clarity. It's about saying, "Good morning, sunshine," even when the sun is setting on your side of the world. It's about sharing the mundane details of your day, like the fact that you had a mushroom pizza for lunch, or that you spotted a rainbow on your way home. These seemingly insignificant details can paint a vivid picture of your life for your partner, making them feel included and connected. Let's take the story of Jake and Lily, for instance. They're a couple who've been in an LDR for over 2 years. Jake lives in London, while Lily is in New York. They've developed a ritual of having a virtual coffee date every Sunday. They sit with their mugs of coffee, thousands of miles apart, and talk about everything and nothing. This ritual has become a cornerstone of their relationship, a weekly reminder of their bond. Now let's get a bit cheeky and talk about the horrors of miscommunication. Imagine texting your partner, "I'm mad at you," when you actually meant, "I'm mad about you." Oh, the horrors. One autocorrect mishap and you've got a full-blown misunderstanding on your hands. So always double-check your texts, folks. You don't want to be declaring war when you're trying to declare love. So remember, to keep a long-distance relationship afloat, keep the communication boat rowing. Share, listen, understand, clarify. Create rituals, tell stories, laugh over jokes. And above all, keep the lines of communication open, because when words flow, love grows. For an LDR or long-distance relationship to work, you need two things: trust and patience, lots of it. Now let's unpack that a bit. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship, but it becomes even more crucial when you're miles apart. You see, when you don't have the luxury of seeing your partner every day, it's easy for the mind to wander into the land of doubts and insecurities. But it's trust that keeps these at bay. Let's take the story of Sam and Alex, for instance. Sam had to move to Australia for work, leaving Alex back in England. With the massive time difference and their busy schedules, they couldn't talk as often as they'd like, but they had trust. Alex knew that Sam was committed to making their relationship work, and vice versa. And that's what kept them going. Now, on to patience. In a long-distance relationship, patience isn't just about waiting. It's about understanding that the situation isn't ideal, but it's temporary. It's about knowing that there will be days when you miss your partner like crazy, but you've got to hold on. Remember our friends Sam and Alex? Well, their patience was tested when there was a mix-up with Sam's return flight, and he had to stay in Australia an extra month. They were gutted, of course, but they knew they had to be patient. They had to keep the faith. Oh, and speaking of patience, here's a little joke for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. A bit like your mind when you're in an LDR and you start imagining things. So, remember folks, don't be like an atom, be trustworthy. Trust and patience might seem like big asks, but they're the lifelines of a long-distance relationship. So, keep those lines strong, and your relationship will weather any storm, regardless of the miles in between. Before we move on, here's a quick reminder. If you're finding value in these videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but a huge support for us. And if you're feeling particularly generous, consider making a donation. Your contributions keep us going, allowing us to invest the necessary time and resources into the research that makes these videos possible. The donation link is right down in the description. With your help, we can keep the conversation going. Now back to the topic. In the age of technology, distance is just a word. Now isn't that a comforting thought? Just imagine, only a few decades ago, lovers separated by miles had to rely on snail mail or expensive long-distance phone calls. They had to wait days, sometimes weeks, to hear from each other. But today, we're fortunate enough to live in a world where technology has shrunk the globe and made long distance feel a lot less, well, long. Take video calls, for instance. You're miles apart, yet you can share a meal together, watch a movie, or even just sit in silence, enjoying each other's virtual presence. It's almost like being in the same room, minus the physical contact, of course. But hey, who's complaining when you can blow a kiss across time zones? And let's not forget the magic of instant messaging, those little pings that say, "I'm thinking of you," or the comforting "good night, love" at the end of a long day. It's like passing notes in class, but way cooler and more grown up. Now, I've got a hilarious story about technology fails in long-distance relationships. There was this couple, let's call them Jack and Jill. They decided to have a romantic dinner over Skype. Jack, being the culinary enthusiast, decided to cook the same meal for Jill virtually. All was going well until Jack's internet connection started acting up. The video was lagging, and all Jill could see was a blurry Jack frantically running around his kitchen, while all she could hear was a garbled "Fire! Fire!" Turns out Jack's napkin had caught on fire, but thanks to the glitchy video, Jill had no idea. She sat there, laughing, thinking it was all part of Jack's cooking show. They still laugh about it today, and Jack's never lived down his flaming cooking skills. Technology, my friends, is a double-edged sword. It can bring you closer, but it can also lead to some epic fails and hilarious memories. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you use it to bridge the gap, keep the love alive, and create shared experiences, even when you're miles apart. So grab your devices and let technology bring you closer. In an LDR, maintaining your individuality is as crucial as maintaining the relationship. Now you may be wondering, why is this so important? Well, let's think about it. You're in a relationship, yes, but you're also a unique individual with your own dreams, passions, and quirks. Your individuality is what makes you, you. It's what your partner fell in love with, and it's what keeps your relationship interesting and dynamic. Imagine, if you will, a couple we'll call Jack and Jill. Jack loves his football, and Jill, she's passionate about painting. They live in different cities and they cherish their shared moments, but they also cherish their individual pursuits. Jack doesn't let his relationship stop him from cheering on his favorite team with his mates every weekend. Jill, on the other hand, spends her weekends honing her art skills. They respect each other's space and encourage each other's passion. This balance allows them to grow as individuals and as a couple. Now let's lighten the mood with a joke. Why don't some couples go to the zoo because they're afraid the other will say, "That's you"? But in all seriousness, your individuality is not a zoo exhibit for your partner to gawk at. It's a vital part of who you are. Maintaining your individuality in a long-distance relationship can be a tightrope walk. It's easy to lose yourself in the relationship, especially when you're constantly working on bridging the physical gap. But remember, your individuality is not just about you. It's also about what you bring to the relationship. Maintaining your individuality ensures that you're not just existing in the relationship, but thriving and growing. It ensures that you're not losing yourself, but finding more of yourself. It's about keeping that spark alive, that spark that made your partner fall in love with you, and that keeps your relationship vibrant and alive, no matter the distance. So remember, be yourself, for yourself and for the relationship. So, there you have it, folks. The secret sauce to make a long-distance relationship work. We've journeyed together through the realities of what an LDR looks like, and we've shed light on the importance of communication. It's crucial to keep the channels open, to be honest, and to be patient, even when the Wi-Fi is acting up. We've also explored the significance of trust and patience. Patience, my friends, is not just about waiting. It's about how you behave while you're waiting. And trust, well, it's the backbone of any relationship, be it near or far. We've delved into the wonders of technology, which, let's face it, is the superhero of long-distance relationships. It's the bridge that helps us cross the miles and keeps us connected. And finally, we've emphasized the importance of maintaining individuality and personal growth, because at the end of the day, you're still you, even when you're part of a twosome. So, whether you're in the same city or on different continents, remember that the key to a successful relationship lies in the effort you put in. Love, trust, patience, and good Wi-Fi. That's the magic formula. Before we part, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Modern World Dynamics for more insights into the intricacies of our ever-evolving world. And if you found this video helpful, consider supporting us. The donation link is in the description below. Your contributions help us continue to bring you informative and entertaining content. Until next time, this is Modern World Dynamics signing off. Remember, love knows no distance.